The love of Jesus. Let me tell you, I found myself in the course of the week. You know, this life is very unpredictable. On Monday, I went to work normally. Then I remember that my insurance had expired for this car. The insurance had expired. That was on a Monday. Monday was supposed to be 28th. All along in my mind, I knew my insurance was expiring with the 28th. I don't know how I registered 28th. I just can't tell. But I was working with 28. So, that Monday in the night, I remember that because I have my service provider, the insurance provider, I called him and tell him, I sent him money that night. That same Monday, when my insurance expired. So that was around before 10, and then he confirmed, because he normally gets the money and sends me insurance in less than 30 minutes. I always have the insurance. But this thing is now digital. And once you have it on the phone, you are good to go. You can easily show the police. So this time around, now on Tuesday in the morning, you know now, according to me, my insurance was to expire on the 28th. And I've done the bit I should have done, and I've sent the money in the night. Now the following day on Monday, we woke up very early. And we first went to drop the children in school. Then I had a meeting that was starting at 7:30 in the morning. Virtual meeting. So I told my wife, because I'll be engaged in a meeting, please be the driver. So drive the car. As I used there, I was sitting on the passenger seat. So we drove all the kids to school. When we reached this area around about Asango boys, you know, I saw the police car. Then there was a vehicle that kind of obstructed us, so we could not move. So in the process of waiting for that vehicle to move, the police reached our vehicle. A vehicle with an expired insurance. Yeah. Then the guy who was challenging, you know, the policeman, the policemen, their training is that when they find a mistake, that's not when they are working. Police, when they find everything is okay, that is, you know, very bad. They like, any policeman in the house, I'm sorry, but that's how they are trained. They enjoy when they find you suffering. So this guy has found out that our insurance is expired. So he came to my side of the door and said, "What? Insurance is expired from their side." But you know, for me, I was very okay. In fact, I was very much composed. I told him, "Officer, I'm so much aware the insurance expired yesterday, and you can even see I've transacted, I've made payments. It's only that it is delayed. But my provider promised that he will not give me this thing the first thing in the morning." But he told me, it's not about what you're dealing with, is that you don't have insurance. I said, okay. So kaniambia shuka chini. Ndio hapo kwa roundabout tumekosa jambo. So nikashuka, akasema hii sasa ndio anakaa hapo penye nimekaa, mimi nirudi nyuma. Akamwambia madam, park kwa station. So we left. We were going, as we were going, I was trying to tell him, officer, this is something we have. We are very sorry. Maybe if you can give us like, I started calling the insurance guy. It was about 8:15, thereabouts. The guy told me, I'm in the office and I'm processing this. And you know that guy is messing around. We are processing that thing, I'm sending it to you now. Tell the officer not to book you in. The guy refused. He didn't listen. He guided my wife all the way into the police station of the Central. And you know, when you are in the Central police station, you are guilty as charged. Then I found myself inside the police station. So when we walked in, all this time, as all this thing was going on, I was also attending a meeting, a virtual meeting, where I was the key person. So if I'm trying to tell these guys, I'm trying to coordinate as if there's nothing going on, but I'm also handling the police. So what we did when we arrived at the station, I told my wife, give me the key. She stepped out. Then I took the key. Nikamwambia, wewe enda choo. Wacha ning'ang'ane na hao watu. So she left. Then I stayed with the police. But I told him, let me finish this meeting. Then we start the discussion about this. Yeye pia akanielewa tu. So I walked back to the office. Mimi nikafunga gari, nikaenda mkutano mpaka 9:30. Then nikamaliza. So when I went back to now start the issue of how to bargain the insurance issue, my brother, nobody was willing to listen to me. They were mad. So I said, let me call a few of my networks. But then you don't deal with the police. Yeah, I only know pulpits. And I'm just used to charge things, you know. It's very rare. I was catching up with the police for the first time in my life. So these guys insist. Then I made a phone call. I called Sam. Sam is one of these prominent guys in town. I called Sam, and Sam told me I'm in Nairobi. Then we called Pastor Maina. So Pastor Maina, the union president, former guy, was called. Then Ken drove very fast to the police station. And when he came, I could see him from outside. He was outside. But you know, those guys took us in, na wakatufungia kwa nyumba ingine. Now you are made, you are about 9, 10. The rest of the guys were told to sit on the floor. You sit on the floor. So they were sitting on the floor, but me, because me, I was just calm. So I was just standing, waiting for Ken to come, and waiting for my insurance to come. Then my insurance came. So I told them, you see, the insurance is already here. I told you this is something that I started processing. I told you that there was delay. But you didn't have insurance. Hiyo ni kitu yenye umetengeneza site. They refused. Now, when Ken tried to talk to the base commander, let me tell you, the scene is bad. This guys do not know this as bad people. Those guys are bad. Do you know the guy did not even listen to Ken. He told him, hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Aende koti. Sisi hata huyo aende koti kama wengine. Hakuna kitu tunaongea. So Ken, he tried, but they refused. So we stayed. Then they started taking the statement. And I said now, because I said, whatever it is, let me just sit here and see how this thing goes to the final stage. So we were there, then another policeman came, then they started taking statements. Akakuja kwangu, leta kitambulisho. And you know, Keti bad. Even preachers like that, they just see guilty folks. They just see guilty people. But me, I was just calm. So the guy told me, leta kitambulisho. Akachukua akaandika. Then the guy was taking my statement. I think God also led him. So in the statement, he wrote that on the 29th, around 8:30, found driving without valid insurance cover, which is posing a risk. Then he said, but had procured the previous day. These are police officers. You know, they should not believe that. They say he had procured the previous day, but there was delay. However, he has received it at the station. Yeah, so, but when I saw the statement, I said, this is a good riddance for me. I can now argue my case. Yeah, so I just waited. Then, when the statements were taken, they opened the door again. You know, we were locked in. But brother, some of these things, when you hear Paul and Silas were in prison, until you become part of that prison, is when you can know those things are real. In fact, freedom is good. Freedom is very good. We should thank God for the freedom. You know, when they say now we are being taken to They quickly were not being taken to the court. So there's no problem, let me just go to the court. But the kind of work I do, I also interact with the court. So as we were going to the court, I started thinking of who is in court. Then I remember the chief magistrate, the guy who is in charge of the court in Kisumu, happens to be my friend. I said, oh, okay, I'm giving you why it is good to know God as a judge. So when we left that room where we were being confined, kila mtu akawekwa pingu. Watu walikuwa pingu, except for myself. The rest, in fact, wengine walifungwa mbili. Kujeni. I don't know why police talk very fast like that. But now, tukawekwa kwa ile lorry, hiyo pick up ya the police, then we were taken to the police station, to the court. The moment we arrived, the other side, I don't know if you have had that experience. When we arrived there, we found other police officers. And the moment they see you, you are just a criminal. So again we walked in, and then we started recording our names. And then I said, let me call the magistrate. Then I called. Okay, Mr. I'm fine. I hope you still have my number. Yes, this is Ken. Yes. From USA, yes. Can I help you? Bobia? I'm sorry, I've gone against the laws of the land. My insurance expired yesterday, but I have not received it. It has come this morning. However, I was arrested at the roundabout at Sumugwais. Where are you right now? Where are you kwa cell? You're being taken in. Don't worry. I'm calling. I'm out of the office, but I'm calling. So when he confirmed to me that he was calling, you can imagine what I was really feeling. I was already happy. Because there's no judgment that can be that court if he's not privy to it. He must be informed. When you can pass those judgments, then they must reach his desk. So the guys told me, they just told me after they had written and taken another statement, now we were taken right inside the cell. Then huku ndani tukafungiwa ndani. Sasa tuko pale ndani. Then I called a friend. He works with insurance, and I was telling Hilary, where is Victor? Victor is another young man who works at the court. Can you tell Victor to come? What has happened? I'm here at the court. We've been arrested for the insurance. They are going to worry. That one, those guys will sort you out. So kumbe behind the scenes, when I called Onyango was on leave. He was not even in the office. The guy left his house and drove to the court. You see how God works? But now I took advantage. When we were now inside the police in the side, now I said, let me preach to these guys. Let me tell them about Jesus. There's one who had been charged with ban. Actually, he had 7 rods of ban. Then there are guys who had issued the driving license and the insurance. So I started telling them that there is nothing that is hidden before God Christ. It's a small matter. God is going to bail us out. Just have confidence in God. And if you have committed some serious sin, please just confess. Jesus accepts us the way we are. They are. And so there's a guy who started very hard. Yes, Jesus can forgive us. Oh yes. Christ can forgive us. Christ, in fact, I told them there's no sin right now that the blood of Christ cannot forgive. And I made sure I told them, even if you have killed, the blood of Christ is able to cleanse. When the sermon was going on, naona polisi mwingine anakuja, "Hakopi pastor kwa hapo." Pastor. Kwambia ni mimi. It was sent to look for the pastor. So the guys came, then tukatolewa. So we went now for the hearing. We went to the judgment hall. This time, if Actually, judgments in a country, I wonder how people will survive the judgment of God if you're not on the side of God. It's not an easy thing, eh? And man was doing it was very petty. But still you can see the surrounding, the atmosphere, things are not looking up so well. So we went in and we sat there. Little did I know that the chief magistrate, the magistrate that was taking my case, already the chief magistrate had called her and told her, handle with care. Imagine. So when I was called, in fact, the governor told me, just say you're guilty, and then say you're sorry. You're sorry. So when I was called, I stood there, a criminal. It's a straight word. On Tuesday I was a criminal, today I'm a preacher, it's a straight word. So I was called, then I stood and the charge was read to me. The 29th at 8, you're found driving a car without insurance, which is against this laws of the land. Are you guilty or not guilty? Then I said, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Then they told me, can you detect? So I said, I'm very sorry. My insurance provider delayed, but there's evidence that I already paid. I'm also glad that it has come this morning. You know I was guilty. How many people believe that I was not guilty? What do you think?
To the extent that you were found not the insurance.
Yes.
And the third
Yes.
you are committed.
I was guilty. I was guilty, man. I was very guilty. Because I didn't have the insurance. I was guilty. That's the bottom line. But you know what we call leniency? They said you are released unconditionally. Unconditional release without even a shilling paid. That's how salvation is so cheap for that. I was without anything. In fact, my church sheet, I think I have it in the car. I can even show you. Released, discharged unconditional. Do you know when I went back now, because I had to carry that thing to the police station where I left my car. When I went back and found the police officers who had arrested me, they were so much annoyed with me. Yes. In fact, one people told me, you will never know the car. In the car. And I had to sit there for 30 minutes. They didn't understand how I could survive there without even a fine of a condom. That's how salvation is. We are guilty. Book members, we are guilty. Only Christ's blood cleanses us. And there's nothing you're paying. Yeah. I paid nothing for my freedom. In fact, I paid nothing completely. There are people who are charged there. In fact, hata mtu wa motorbike naambiwa fine 2,000. Na mimi na gari kubwa. Nothing. The grace. So judgment, if you happen to know the judge and the advocate, that should make you happy. And the judge is our Father. God is our Father. And now Jesus Christ is the advocate, is our elder brother. Why should you perish? Why? Me, I felt freedom. In fact, I said this is another sermon that I got in this time. Though I made friends, one even called me, I took their numbers. Once I preached to them, they said, Pastor, can you give us your number? We can touch base after we are done. One called me around Thursday night. It's called Nixon. So at least I also made friends in the prison. So we have, God will give to every man according to as his work shall be. And I'm really praying that we may be found. And then now after that, He will invite us. Come, you blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom. Come into the kingdom. Then we shall enter now into the gates, the pearly gates, the ones that are meant to sing. Soon the pearly gates will open. We shall tread the streets of gold. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and shout for victory. So Christ will come. But before he comes, the judgment must be done away with. Judgment must be finished. Then he comes. So when he comes now, he just takes people into the city. You see this kind of messages. Why I like giving the church this kind of messages. These are the messages that we should be presenting to the world. Because right now, by the world is in a desperate shape. People are so miserable. People are miserable. That's why you hear couples are killing one another. Somebody decides to kill the wife and kill the children, then he kills himself. Because there's no hope. People are hopeless. But for us, we have this hope. We have this hope that burns within our heart. Hope in the coming of the Lord. So we have a hope that should inspire us. Now, before Jesus comes, say we want to do just a quick preview. Let me show you where we are in terms of the time. The cursor is appeared. Let me just move this so that, yes. We believe that Christ shall come. So let me just check that here. A few events, last time I told you about, I gave you a few events that were to take place. Now, I just want to show you pictures of the preparation that is coming, because before Christ comes, there's going to be the final crisis. So, if you look at, just to open your eyes, from Revelation chapter 13, actually, I think I took us through this the last time I was here. If I didn't, you can remind me. Did we talk about signal? Sorry. Yes. I think I took us through Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. Do you remember?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So it's easy. So I can just show you the pictures where I say, before Jesus comes, the United States of America is going to push the world leaders and bring the world together. It's America. And we see that America, according to the Bible prophecy, is what is represented as the beast, the second beast of Revelation chapter 13. I believe, we are talking about this chapter 13. So I want to show you pictures. Now, this kingdom, which is America, the Bible says it's not like, but speaks like a dragon, speaks like Satan. America speaks like Satan. And the best illustration is when America tells even Uganda that if you don't promote the marriage between a man and a man, we're not going to give you any man. That's satanic. Very satanic. And I like people like Museveni. But we will be so surprised when you arrive in heaven and you find people like Museveni. Yes. You know, Revelation chapter 22 says, and the kings of the earth were seen bringing glory to the city of God. We will have some kings of the earth in heaven. Those who have said, like the Tanzanian guy who was killed. You know, he was killed for the right. This guy who said COVID is a propaganda. Then he ended up dying. So America will be seen, like I told you there, America, it will be speaking like a dragon. And I use this picture to say how the first beast, which is America, is working with the second beast. I told us about the close working relationship between President Obama and the Pope of Rome when he was in power. After President Obama leaves the scene, then we see again President Biden, Joe Biden, Trump also being in power, but before he implements his policies, he had to consult with the Pope. Then now we see who? Biden. You see, it's a flow. All the American presidents are bowing before Satan through purpose. We say that America is exercising all the powers of the purpose. See, I think I read that, and I repeat again, that anytime you see the president of America come to any place or go to any country, he has gone on behalf of the Pope of Rome. But if it is on behalf of the Pope, then it means that we confirm that the Pope is working on behalf of who? Hallelujah, church. Amen. The Pope is working on behalf of the dragon. And the dragon is Satan. And it's because of the work of the dragon, which is the Pope, Satan, that the Bible is warning us in Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, that you should not worship the beast and his image. Because whoever shall have worshipped the beast, which is the papacy, shall have worshipped the dragon, who is Satan. So what's up? Now please don't forget that. Anytime that message I want to present it, anytime I get an opportunity. Now the next picture is, you can see Pelosi. This is Pelosi. Pelosi is the House Speaker of America. In the hierarchy of the world governance and leadership of every nation, the president is the topmost. If the president is not there, who occupies this position? Vice president. If not the vice president, the speaker. So you can see America in their order of leadership. Even this lady here, this is the Vatican. This is the speaker, and you can see he's taking Holy Communion. Now we move down. We wanted to see the connection between now the papacy, America, and Kenya. And I showed us this picture where we saw that in December 15th, our president also visited Biden. So in other words, our president visited the second week. So whatever agenda is being implemented in Kenya, we are implementing the agenda of Vatican. So. Now, quickly, we moved that. I think I showed you this. We moved, and we saw that now in February, this lady now came. The wife to the president. The wife to who?
Biden.
To Biden. And when she came, within a short time, we enacted the laws against marriage. The laws to support gay was enacted. And we received money. I hope nobody is here who has eaten that money. But we received about, was it 16 billion? No, 1.6 billion we received from America to promote gayism and same-sex marriage. Now, the Bible says that America will do miracles, to an extent that they will even bring down fire from heaven in the sight of man. Revelation chapter 13, verse 13. Follow me. Revelation 13, verse 13, the Bible says, and they will do great wonders to an extent of bringing fire down from heaven to deceive people. Do you know, whatever God has done, the devil also wants to do a counterfeit. Remember when Elijah performed a miracle? Remember the story of Elijah? When fire came down, this fire came from God. But because Satan is trying to counterfeit everything, Satan is also going to do another miracle through the United States of America by bringing fire down from heaven. Fire will come down, and people will see physical fire. This is not literal. People will see fire falling down. They'll use the space technology to do that. Now, why are we saying that this thing is coming? Is almost there. Recently, America has been talking of UFOs. They are called unidentified flying objects. People have been seeing strange things are happening. Strange things. In fact, if you look at this is a former intelligence official who was testifying in July this year, on the 28th. He was testifying in court, and he was saying that indeed in America, they are unidentified objects that look like human beings in America. But now, when you look at what they are testifying about, and what Revelation chapter 13 is saying, that America will bring down fire from heaven, it's like they are preparing the world for such grand deceptions. Now, when you move down, Sister White writes, if you make that image, let me stand there and see this image. Are you seeing that image?
Yes.
How does it look like? Yeah. It was being said that those who took their iris to be scanned, very soon they'll be looking like this guy. It's called end-time satanic deceptions. Now, go and read Great Controversy, page 624. Sister White had already warned us. You see, behind there, back there, they are saying America is already saying through the US intelligence that there are strange things, unidentified flying objects being seen. But then now, what does Sister White say? That fearful sights of supernatural character will soon be revealed in the heavens in token of the power of miracle working demons. So demons are going to perform miracles. You have to be very careful. Demons. And that's why the last time I was here, I told you that let everybody understand what happens when people die. Say the dead do not know anything. Read it again. It's very important. So, Satan in his last struggle against the government of heaven, by these agencies, rulers and subjects will be alike deceived. By these agencies of evil spirits. It's already happening in America. Please be very careful. Now, as you look down, I told you I'm just showing a scripture. The Bible says, he was granted power, and that's still America, by the dragon to give breath to the image, which is Sunday, of the beast, that the image should both speak, which is legislation, and cause as many as do not worship the image of the beast to be killed. So America was given power. America will have power to give life to the image of the beast. Giving life to the image means that they are going to enact a Sunday law. Actually, chapter 13, verse 15, in the entire Bible, from Genesis 1 to Revelation 22, the only place where we can use to defend Sunday worship as coming is in Revelation chapter 13, verse 15, where the Bible says he was granted power by the dragon to give breath to the image. This image, the image of the beast, has to do with Sunday worship. Sasa. And it is this image which is Sunday that the Bible says, if anybody worship the beast and his image, that's a warning against Sunday worship. Because whoever shall have worshipped on Sunday shall have worshipped the dragon, who is Satan. Quickly. Now, you can see that America already, they are saying that they want a church and state. Let's go down. But now, look at this happened after I've left this place. Now let me give you current events. On the 26th, on the 10th of June, 2022, there's a group in America who are now saying that America needs 10 commandments now. America needs 10 commandments. Tell that to the dog. America needs 10 commandments. According to Americans, which is the fourth commandment? They are saying that they need 10 commandments. The first commandment, according to the Americans, is remember Sunday to keep it home. So they need it. Now, current events. Europe is pushing for Sunday law. They say European Sunday Alliance, a synchronized quality resting time for an improved mental health of workers. They are saying on the occasion of the European Day for a work-free Sunday, the European Sunday Alliance released a statement to reiterate its call on political leaders to establish a synchronized quality and social resting weekly time for workers in order to enable them to preserve their mental health. So in Europe, they're already pushing for Sunday. And they're saying that they need that Sunday to give workers time for mental health. You know, you can see Europe is pushing for Sunday. That's the image. I got this also from America, where they were saying they need that Sabbath rest. But what does Sister White say? So it says it has been confidently declared that this land could never become other than what it has been, the defender of religious freedom. But as the question of enforcing Sunday observance is widely agitated, the event so long doubted and disbelieved seems to be approaching, and the third message will produce an effect which it could not have had before. So Sunday is being pushed, and people are being pushed towards accepting Sunday worship. Now, recently, in the month of August, these are current events that are preparing us for the final events. You could see that the Pope attended what we call World Youth Day. This World Youth Day, which was in Portugal, in Lisbon, the Pope interacted with youth, over 1 million youths, and he really said that they should now embrace what we call carbon footprint. Now let me show you something about carbon footprint. Pope promotes Sunday worship during World Youth Day in Lisbon, August 1st to 6th, 2023. If you look at that phone, this phone here, the one that the Pope is showing, you can see on this phone there is what we call carbon dioxide footprint. What is carbon dioxide footprint? All the delegates that attended that World Youth Day have their phones installed with an application or an app that tracks them from where they came from where they were going, and the number of wherever they went, they were being tracked. That was a requirement, that for you to come to Lisbon, you must have had an app called the carbon footprint tracker. So people are being tracked. Now, what is it that is involved about this carbon footprint? This carbon footprint, this thing here, carbon footprint, is related to what we call the climate change. It's related to climate change. Now, Pope is saying, Pope promotes the climate change in Lisbon. Now, let me read for you what he was saying here. He says, Sunday, like the Jewish Sabbath, is meant to be a day which heals our relationship with God. Sunday. Why Sunday? These are part of the things that they were talking about in Lisbon in August. Now, this carbon footprint, we are told that 8 unique things to know about World Youth Day 2023. People are given carbon footprint. For this reason, one of the first challenges posed to everyone will be to use the first carbon footprint calculator in the history. So there was what we call a carbon footprint calculator. Now, the question is, what is this carbon footprint? Let me give you what this is all about. A carbon footprint is the total amount of greenhouse gas that are generated by our actions. So the carbon dioxide that we produce is part of carbon footprint. So they need to track and reduce the number of living that you have. So it's called towards zero carbon. This means, my brother, that the world needs to rest so that we can reduce carbon emission. And now that you're a Catholic, you know what we're talking about. This guy is Catholic. So this is where the world is headed. And you're watching. So the meeting that's taking place in Nairobi this coming, it's supposed to be from 2nd? No, is it 4th? Hii kitu imekuwa advertised kwa TV mara mingi. Umeiona? I think is about how we are going to implement this Sunday agenda. We are watching them. Greenpeace co-founder, achieving net zero emission means at least 50% of the population would die. Are they trying to kill people? Yes. Yeah? Yeah, they want to kill people. How are they going to kill people? They are going to introduce another pandemic. Another pandemic is coming. And that pandemic means that we are going to be vaccinated again. But I tell you from this pulpit, don't go for those vaccines again, even if they're there. If you have survived the other one, if you're vaccinated the other time, just thank God. But don't go in for another vaccine. Those things are not good. John Kerry says farmers must stop growing food in order to achieve net zero. That we should stop growing food. So they want to kill people by starvation. These guys are bad. These guys are working for Satan. So if you're not growing food, then what will you be eating? Yeah. And that's what they are promoting. In fact, now we have come to know, this is not propaganda, that even the fertilizer that they are giving to the Africans is fertilizer that is meant to deplete the soil so that we can have as minimum harvest as possible. You may harvest the first round. That subsidized fertilizer is not a good one. They want people to starve. In fact, I've seen some friends who are in America, they are telling the world to start storing food. Because mbele hapo utakuwa na njaa kama ile ya Egypt. So we need food to be stored. So you can see a lot about the law, they're talking about Sunday law, they're talking about stop climate crisis. You saw there's this fire that was burning in Hawaii. It's that fire, they are saying that fire is as a result of climate crisis. Interesting enough, there's a book that had been written about the Hawaii fire before the Hawaii fire took place. You know, these guys, they are planning their things, they know what they're implementing. So those are some of the updates that we have. So with that Sunday movement, they'll finally bring the image, and like the three Hebrew boys, we will stand on the side of Jesus. Hallelujah. Yeah, we are going to stand on the side of Jesus. We are not worried. In fact, we should be very happy that the prophecies are being fulfilled and we're almost going to the city of God. Now, I renew my appeal to world leaders to do something more concrete. This is 13th of August. When is today? 2nd of September. Pope is appealing to the world leaders to do something more concrete concerning climate change. Pope Francis warns that humankind is facing an urgent crisis that must be dealt with immediately. This concerns everyone. The Pope of Rome, the beast of Revelation 13. Now, interesting enough, concerning climate change, I just want you to see what climate change is all about. The King Charles is the king of England, is it? The one who blessed, the one who died. The one who died was called? Queen Elizabeth. So the one who came to the throne, called King Charles, already set a national clock, national climate clock on the 28th of June. And they're saying, I want you to see why we need to be preparing for the coming of Jesus, that King Charles and London Mayor Sadiq Khan have launched a national climate clock which warns there is just 6 years left for the world to limit global warming. How many years left? 6. So it means that within these 6 years, we must do something like that if you don't want to have climate crisis. And they are saying the clock comes down to the critical time within which the globe must reach zero emissions. 6 years, 24 days. This was in June. 6 years. They are saying we only have 6 years. The world leaders, the bank, are saying we only have 6 years on earth. Imagine that. But the Adventists are saying we are here for how long? Until we finish our masters, we marry our wives, Will we put up big houses in Mamboleo? That's why Jesus will come. No, I'm here to tell you that whatever you're doing right now, let us do it in the context and in relation to the second coming of Jesus. Now, this guy, by the way, if there are people that have been identified to be moving along with the climate agenda, King Charles is one of them. Ever since the climate change message was started, John Kerry was one of them. Al Gore, the former president of the US, was one of them. King Charles is one of them. And you know, he's already saying that we only have 6 years to do something. Then somebody tells you that he's coming to Kenya before December. What do you think? Do you know he's visiting us? Yeah, he's coming. King Charles to visit Kenya in first major Commonwealth trip. This guy is coming. King Charles' first major Commonwealth visit is to be in Kenya. Okay. It says, Top TV Royal Editor Sarah Hillsborough says Kenya is going to be the first Commonwealth nation to receive a royal visit from King Charles III in autumn of this year. Autumn of this year is before December. Yeah, so we are going to be visited by King Charles, who is a proponent of the climate change, and is coming at a time when Kenya shall have held an African summit on climate change. There's a serious connection of those things. Now, I told you the other time that for us to be charged with a crime for not resting on Sunday, actually, look, these guys are using some deception. They're saying, if the world does not rest once in a week, then the world is going to face a climate crisis. So because they love the earth so much, they love the world so much, the world should have an opportunity to rest in one day. Should people fail to rest on one day, and then the world goes to a crisis, then those who shall have been responsible should be charged with a crime. And that crime is called ecocide. So they've already come up with a book called the ecocide, the Book of Faith. So make ecocide an international crime now. You know, how many sides do you know? Elder, we have genocide, which is a crime against human. Homicide. We can also talk about suicide. But we have ecocide, we have genocide, we have homicide. They have also introduced ecocide. Eco is from the word ecology. So a crime against ecology will be called ecocide, and it's going to be an international crime. Are you seeing how these guys are they are very smart. They are putting things in shape so that when you will be charged, there must be a basis for being charged. So if they find you working on Sunday, then say no, but you are committing a crime. Which crime? You are committing an ecocide. And you know when that thing was launched? That thing was launched in Egypt. And Ruto was there when it was being launched. That's why Ruto knows this thing. The only thing is that he does not know that they are connected with the Bible. But he knows what they are implementing. Now, look here. Kenyan government on climate change. This one I think I told you the other day. They said the conversation about a new world order is real. This is from Citizens of Kenya. We are having a similar discourse in Kenya about climate change and its effects. We must all engage in this talk. Kenya is saying that we must engage in this talk. The talk about climate change. Now, if you look at this number 9, this is President Ruto's Mashugade pledges. The pledges that he made on the 20th of October last year. During Mashugade, he said number 10, we need to launch a climate change concept that will steer Kenya's climate action. And he launched it. Now, this year, for those who have been following, this is the first year of the new order. Did you know that? The new order is a one-world government. According to the Trilateral Commission, 2023 is the year 1. So we are moving 2024 will be here. 2025 will be here. President Ruto arrives in Egypt for the COP summit. This was last year. The president, who is the chairperson of the Committee of African Heads of State and Government on Climate Change, is expected to deliver Africa's statement on climate change at the convention. And he delivered. That was the meeting in Egypt where they promoted the ecocide. Ruto was in attendance. Now they are saying they are coming to Kenya. They're coming to Kenya. African Summit is coming to Kenya. And it's going on. But they watch those events. I wanted to let you know that we need to remember the Sabbath day to keep it. 6 days shall thou labor and do your work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy. In it thou shalt not do any. Thank you. Please remember that verse all the time. Remember the Sabbath day. Whatever will come our way, we want to remain steadfast in Christ. We remain steadfast. Now let us finish there. And then now move to the last section. Tools for this one. Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. Yeah, this one here. 13, 16. He causes all. This is still America. Will cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads. And that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. A time is coming when buying and selling will only be left for those who have the mark or the number. Now, for this thing to be implemented, the whole world must have what we call digital ID. We must have what we call. So, the digital ID was launched on the 24th of July. That thing that was used to scan people's iris was an experiment to launch a digital or a global identity. It has been confirmed. That one thing is a push towards a universal basic income called UBI. The one coin. So you can see people will be prepared and they are going to use that with what we call the digital identity card, and they're going to be using also what we call the central bank digital currency. Okay. In the near future, you will not have any transaction go through unless it is being authorized by the central bank. These guys are doing away with cash, and that's why even right now the M-Pesa content has been increased to how much? And Airtel 500. That they are moving towards the 500. So you can see that the universal basic income is coming, and America, which is going to be the first nation to implement it, has already introduced what we call Federal Reserve, called FedNow. FedNow means that whatever transaction somebody is doing right now in America, it has to be, it can be transacted, it can be scrutinized by the central bank. Now, all these are about the final destination. I was trying to get the connection between that Federal Reserve. The US Treasury controls the printing of money in the United States. However, the Federal Reserve Bank has control of the money supply. The Federal Reserve has the money supply. But who controls the Federal Reserve Bank? Huh? Who controls the Reserve Bank? The Federal Reserve Bank of America is like the Central Bank of Kenya. So, who controls the Federal Reserve Bank of America? What's the largest capital of gold? Vatican. They just said the other day. The same Vatican Bank issues detailed reports including where it stores its gold. The gold of America, which acts like the deposit for all the money that's being printed by the Central Bank of America, is from Vatican. The main depository of the Vatican's gold is the US Federal Reserve. Imagine. When you are right, it's that they are fulfilling the prophecy, the first beast and the second beast. The second beast. Now, Kenya is playing this role here. Kenyan government rolled out digital unique personal identities in September. This has been pushed to 2nd of October. We're going to have digital ID from October, you know that? So you got it. Did you hear that you're going to have a digital ID from October? That MOU, the MOU for that digital ID has been signed between Kenya and the United Nations. And you know, United Nations is the umbrella body that the Vatican is using. So we are also headed there. To prepare us for no buying, no selling, the Central Bank of Kenya has also launched, it's called Quick Response Call for Payments. This was done in May. That time we were here. That's when they launched it. They launched the system to implement no buying, no selling. The Kenyan government is ready. This is what is going to be happening globally. Kenya launched it, Somalia will follow suit. So right now, as we move forward, you'll only be walking into the bank, or you walk into the stores, Carrefour, Naivas, with your phone, you just put like this, and they scan and be going. That is the QR code. So your phone will be detecting the value of your money and giving sanction for your money to pay instantly from the central bank, where they'll be. And all the banks that we have will be controlled by the central bank. So they are trying to push so many things. A global digital compact, which is the United Nations promoting. This identity, I've told you that all of them must have a digital ID. And the Americans have introduced it. The question is, why do you need a digital ID? Once everyone has a digital ID, it becomes easy to restrict everyday human movement and activity based on one social credit score. The carbon print that I was talking about. Everyone is going to have an ID, so they can easily control your movement. That's why for Adventists, we have even been talking that when we shall see all these things as they will be developing, we will be compelled to move into the countryside. Please don't fear anything. Don't fear anything. Don't fear anything. When we see these things becoming harder day by day, we shall be reverting to the village. So if you love town, please, I want to tell you in advance, start thinking of a village. I don't know, those who don't have villages, those who are born in where will you go? Maybe you look for me. We have a village. But this time we will be pulling some guys who don't have villages. We will go with them to our villages. You know, in America, because I do a lot of prophetic study, there are some Adventist churches that have even bought land, communal land, for many of the church members. And while they are still in the city, but a lot of work, farming, water, electricity, which they're using the national grid, they use, then you can go to the village. This thing is not finding us there again. Like, you know what's going to happen? And this one you can call me after 2025. Just keep my number, don't lose it. You know this fella, they are going to introduce another serious COVID. Already they have introduced it. It's called another variant of COVID. And that's what they want to use now. With that pressure of death and the rest, they are going to introduce what we call the global health certificates. You want of this thing called universal health cover. They're going to use that. That's what they're going to use. And Kisumu is an experimental zone. They're using Kisumu. You see right now Kisumu, they even have this thing that we're using to capture pictures in the CCTV. No, they don't CCTV. The drones. Yeah. You know that in Kisumu they have started experimenting that they supply hospitals with drones. Yeah, the drones are loaded with drugs, and the drones are guided to deliver drugs to some facilities. Do you know that? Yes. That is meant for monitoring. We know. So many things will happen. So this guy here, this Almat, this is the guy behind the iris scanning. And he was saying that Welcome, what you look at his statement. One point says, we allow companies and government to use its ID system. This is London August 2nd. OneCoin will expand its operations to sign up more users globally and aims to allow other organizations to use its ID scanning and identity verifying technology as senior manager for the company behind the project program. This thing is known by the globalists, the ID scanning. And even our government knows. They cannot tell us that these guys could have been at KICC for that long, and they didn't know. They knew. What they're doing is what we call public relations. And because Kenya is also to introduce digital ID, people have already been prepared. Really? But I think the globalists, first of all, they prepare you. They throw spanner, just like somebody wants to grab a fork. Tuko mahindi, unaona vinareatilio, unatupa tena alafu unashika hii kabisa na unachinja. So they are doing some kind of experiment. So you can see, this thing was not only in Kenya, but see how it is a global thing. Global ID sign-ups. This is India. This was partly in China. This was Nairobi, Kenya. It's called a global identity, which according to their blueprint, you can see up here, a global digital compact, United Nations promoting censorship and social credit. So this thing, this one, according to their documents, they should review how far they shall have gone by 2025 December. They are going to have a summit, a world summit, to review how far they have gone with that global identity. And it's the global identity that they'll be using to track our movement and just to see. So Kenya, as Kenya introduces the global ID, this digital ID, actually the digital ID that's going to be introduced in Kenya is part of the global identity agenda. Now, launch with sets records for OneCoin community while in signups. People are saying this. You can see young Indian professional rush to sign up at OneCoin. You just go put your eyes, then just try. Okay, this is Kenya, the OneCoin in pictures. You can see that is Kenya solution. People are receiving global. They didn't know. And you know, sometimes when this thing was, when they were saying this thing was in Nairobi, and you know that this thing had come to Kisumu, and some people's IDs were scanned in Riyadh, and in Muslim University it was at the entrance. The students told me the people were, their eyes were scanned in Maseno. Some were scanned around the airport region. So it's something that has been going on. It was an experiment that they began in 2021. So we are moving with it. Okay. So OneCoin Global ID Initiative, they're saying around the world people have been getting their faces scanned by a shiny spherical orb. And at the time of this reporting, 2.2 million had signed up, mostly during a trial period over the last 2 years. So you can see it's been going on for the last 2 years. Yeah, they are signing people. So from there we come to Kenyan situation. Kenya signs digital ID support deal with United Nations Development Program and introduces a new number, 14th of August 2023. You know how the digital ID is called? The one that the letter was called Huduma. The one that we are replacing right now was called Huduma. The one that is coming is called Maisha. Does that ring a bell? It's called Maisha. Life or death. That's what we are going to be. That's the idea that they are introducing from 2nd of October. My brother, we are almost, Jesus is coming back. No, we should say hallelujah. No, Christ is coming back. We are not deceived. Christ is coming back. So good news. In fact, we should be happy. You know one thing I've wondered about Adventists, my brother Alex. Guys, Adventists really like church services, they like camp meetings, they like camporees. But now when you tell them, oh, hallelujah, Christ is coming back very soon, some people get sad. So me, I wonder, why do they come to church? I thought we come to church to prepare us for the second Now, when we try to explain to you the events that are connected to the children plan, some people become sad. I pray, I really pray, I pray that you may wake up. And you know why I blow this trumpet? I'm a watchman. Watchman on the walls of Zion. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So we are all watchmen. So once I've blown the trumpet, I expect you, my brother, go and look for your friends even at workplace. But then I've told my colleagues at work that something momentous is coming. Prepare. You know, I used to tell them a lot about even the plan by the world leaders to shut down the banking system, the M-Pesa things. And we couldn't understand until an experiment was done again. Did you see that time when the bank collapsed the other day? And there was no power. And the M-Pesa died. That was an experiment. They want to see, can we control? Is there time that they can switch off power globally? And nobody accesses power, nobody accesses the bank, hospitals are shut down. That's an experiment. So don't worry. If you hear that the bank has collapsed, just know the globalists are at work. You should be happy. Because we are moving towards the end. Don't panic. But then when the bank collapsed, I didn't have money, but I was not worried. Then you they are testing the system. You might testing 1, 2. Testing. See, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing right now. They're testing the system. And for Kenya now, they have established that they can lock the nation with power blackout nationally. You know that? Yeah. See, they even did it last Friday. Is it last Friday? And that's now the second time. They are testing it until they find out now everywhere. And you know, anytime they lock it, you hear people really complaining, fish has gone bad in the fridge. Nyama imeharibika, you know, and they're very happy. Because the agenda of the globalists is to make people suffer, so that when they introduce their one world government, everybody will be ready to go with them. Yeah. So Kenya is also going this digital ID. Look at this, please. Why I like for those who can read and write and access digital, on WhatsApp and the laptops. Take this presentation. I normally give the source so that you click this and get more information. They're saying the unique personal identifier will be known as Maisha number. Maisha, the one that Kenya is introducing is called Maisha number. Maisha number. However, you will have to take the Maisha number. We are going to take it, but we will not finally bow down when it becomes a mandatory thing for us to buy and sell. So this one, we may not see from there, but they will be trying to monitor the trends, and by 2025, the World Summit on the Information Society will be having a thing by 2025. Let's go down another floors. Okay, no, please don't be this guy on this charity. I'm praying that we will not be found like this guy who is sleeping, yet he's the driver. Adventists, we are the drivers. Let us not sleep. Sleep not like do others. Be watchful and wait. You know the song? Do not sleep like others. Let us not slumber. Now let me just give you a few slides concerning COVID. When COVID came in 2019, I remember, for me because I was called into the prophetic office. When COVID came, when I just heard about COVID, and the way it was working, ravaging the world, and finally came to Kenya, I told some people, including our pastor, that this COVID thing has some connection with the end of the world. And because Adventists really love the world, many people fought it. They said, no, you prophecy people, you like threatening others. But you know, as time has evolved, we have realized that COVID had a connection with the end of the world. Now, something that they're saying about COVID is that COVID was a dress rehearsal. Is there any teacher here? Walimu. You told me this is a teacher, this guy is a teacher. A dress rehearsal. Anybody who has done drama? Do you know what a dress rehearsal means? A dress rehearsal, if you're going to play, if you're going to perform somewhere, you can sometimes put the costumes and try to do some exercise before the main event. Now, I want you to help me understand. If the globalists were saying that the pandemic is a dress rehearsal, what do they mean?
What it means, the review.
Yes.
What exactly the end outcome
Is going to be. So, if anything that you saw happen during COVID, that was a dress rehearsal. Now they want to implement it. That is it. So they're going to lock doors. Churches will be locked. Because they will be not coming to church. You know they've started locking doors in America. They've started, and that's true. You see, they're saying the COVID-19 pandemic may just be a dress rehearsal. Right now is when the main act is coming. How many people died during COVID? 7 million. They want to kill more. They're saying this is the United Nations. COVID-19 dress rehearsal for future challenges. Secretary General tells Human Rights Festival warning of shrinking civic space. This is the United Nations. They're telling us that COVID-19 was a dress rehearsal. Now, actually, I decided to define what COVID, according to dictionary, what is dress rehearsal? Dress rehearsal is a full rehearsal as of a play in costume and with stage properties shortly before the first performance. So if COVID-19 was a dress rehearsal, the performance is coming. I want you to be in the picture. Don't be caught off guard, friends. Now is when they want to implement what they had wanted to bring in the new era. So there's going to be a serious global crisis. There's going to introduce another variant of COVID just to bring people to understand. Let me see on this, the subsequent presentations or slides. I want you to see some of the things that took place during the dress rehearsal, so that you can compare with what you can. One, COVID-19 restrictions. Italy considering completely banning unvaccinated from workplaces. So during COVID-19, in Italy, workers were told not to go to workplace. Dress rehearsal. New Zealand saying, you have basically said, and you probably don't see it like this, but two different classes of people, if you're vaccinated or unvaccinated. If you've been vaccinated, you have all the rights in Italy. Those who are vaccinated were on one side, those who are not vaccinated on the other side. It means that during dress rehearsal, the society was divided into the vaccinated and the non-vaccinated. So when it comes, implementation will come, the society also is divided into two. Freedom. Two, no buying, no selling without the vaccine in India. Dress rehearsal. What they're saying, no grocery, fuel for those not vaccinated, says our Aurangabad administration. During the dress rehearsal in India, those who are not vaccinated were not to receive, they were not buying. I'm seeing it now. So that was just dress rehearsal. Lula says that parents will be forced to vaccinate their children to keep government aid flowing. In other words, those who are not vaccinated will not receive support from the government. Dress rehearsal. No buying, no selling. Country, this is United States, the United Arab Emirates bans unvaccinated from living it. Those who are not vaccinated in Arab are not to leave. Dress rehearsal. It means that even perhaps in the future, that's going to be repeated. Nigerian states to ban the unvaccinated from banks and places of worship. That has a connection with us. Those who are not vaccinated were not to go to the bank and worship places. Did they try that in Kenya? Did they try it in Kenya?
Yes.
The churches were closed. Thank you. Churches were closed. So they are going to close the churches again. That's why you need to have your own faith. Don't rely on the faith of others. I have heard that it is the way we sing to be more to our uliowaka zamani. Na hii moto wanauliza, tangu wapi kuuliza moto? Hii moto haikuja. Kama wakati wa Musa, Ayubu na wa Elia. Nyakati za kale ndugu, kumbuka na kwa rehema ziuishe moyo zetu kwa Roho Mtakatifu. Ule korista ameimba tu na kuna kitu namkujia sasa. Hivyo leo mnaimba hii, mbona ikuji bwana? Then ukifika saa 3 wanauliza wapi roho iliyokaa moyoni mwa Ibrahimu, kadhalika ndugu Paulo aliwezeshwa. Watu wanauliza hiyo roho, wapi roho, wapi roho? Tunaimba vitu zenye hatujui. Now, Christ is coming back. Friends, I just want to tell you that we should be preparing for the coming of Jesus. And as we prepare, all this information I've shared with you, you can see there are more calls for Sunday worship that are coming. Christian Democrats call for introducing Sunday shopping ban in Hungary, and the Sunday versus Saturday. Then this last guy, somebody here is already in Poland. Justice Minister that you should go to prevent shops invading. This is in April of this year. April of the 19th, a Supreme Court, a Justice Minister. Who is our Justice Minister friend? Huh? Justice Minister, not Justice. The one, who is the Minister in charge of Constitution? Huh? There's no office for justice. Okay. Now, in Poland, there's a Justice Minister. So people are not even respecting the Sunday ban because they have already come up with Sunday ban. So what he did, he went to the Supreme Court to ask the Supreme Court to help them so that the people can honor Sunday ban. In other words, they want people to rest on Sunday. That's Poland. Do you know there's a pope that was coming from Poland? Which pope was that? One of the last 2 popes from Poland.
Ratzinger.
Yeah?
Ratzinger.
Ratzinger. Yeah, I think Ratzinger was from Poland. Yes. So already in Poland, they have already put up a ban that Sunday nothing happens. Now people are saying continue work on Sunday. Justice Minister said no. For this thing to work, let me go to the Supreme Court. And you know exactly what he did. Exactly what he did was prophesied by Sister White. Look at what Sister White wrote in the book Critical Grammar 6592. She says, the dignitaries of the church and state will unite to bribe, persuade, or compel all classes to honor the Sunday. The lack of divine authority will be supplied by oppressive enactments. Political corruption is destroying love of justice and regard for truth, and even in free America, rulers and legislators, in order to secure public favor, will yield to the popular demand for a law enforcing Sunday observance. So this afternoon, I've taken my time just to remind us that the time is coming up. All of us must wake up and give the world the bread of life, which is the 3 angels' messages. May God bless all of us. Amen. Any question? I think for me, up to this time, you guys should now be breathing in prophecy. When you're walking along the streets, you should just be breathing prophecy. But it is our message. Yes, sir.
I can remember. Let me just stop this so that. I remember the year 2000, actually 99, when you were crossing over to 2000. That is millennium. And there were words going around that on 31st December 1999, the world is ending. And we could hear stories of people who sold all their possessions. We could hear stories of people who didn't destroy their house. Now, the second coming of Christ is nearing. And we can see this through what is happening, prophecies being fulfilled. Now, as a Christian, how do we need to carry out ourselves? Because if someone takes this solitarily, then they cannot even send their children to school to better their future. Because after all, the one is ending. Okay, that's why I'm asking this. How do we really need to prepare or put or go about this, knowing that there is present life we need to because if we take it literally, then it means there is not even a need of probably working. Why do you work and the world is ending very soon? Why do you contribute your pension and yet that is something you should come many years coming when the world shall maybe the second coming of Christ shall have taken place? Now that's my question. Yeah.
Anybody can respond to that? Can somebody respond to that question? If I respond from here. Anybody who can help us respond to that question?
Prophecies are being fulfilled. Why do you need to toil for your child to have a better future in the next 30 years? And yet, the world is coming to an end.
I'm not saying that I know.